Hi, this is TK with Movie Widow Media, and I'm here to talk to you today to give my thoughts, a short review on the 2017 psychological thriller called The Berlin Syndrome. The Berlin Syndrome stars Teresa Palmer as Clara and Max Riemelt as Andy. And the story revolves around Clara, played by Palmer, who takes a holiday I think she's going on like a photography vacation to photograph East Berlin, the buildings around East Berlin. So she runs into this handsome gentleman who's from that area, who's from East Berlin, and they have a romantic, passionate night. And the next morning, she realizes she's locked inside his apartment. So she waits for him to get home, obviously, because she can't get out of the apartment. And when he comes home, he convinces her that he forgot to leave the key, or convinces her of he has some excuse that she buys. So she spends another night with Andy. And the next day when he leaves for work, she wakes up and she realizes that she's locked in the apartment again. And that's basically the plot during the duration of her being held captive. But she definitely can't get out of his apartment, and he won't let her leave. As a matter of fact, he binds her and to the bed during the day when he's at work, so she won't attempt to escape or try to escape. So horrible situation. This story interested me because it kind of reminds me of something that might have happened to me in my 20s, but we won't talk about that. But anyway, so the story goes, it's basically a game of, I don't want to say cat and mouse because he's got the mouse in the trap, but it's just basically a story that switches perspective between Clara's character and Andy's character. And this movie is based on a book that was written by Melanie Justin, who also was a co-writer of the screenplay. I'm actually reading the book now because I was so interested in the story and interested in the history around East Berlin, West Berlin. You might recall that that's when there was a wall between the two states, I guess. And the events of this story take place obviously after the wall has fallen. I don't know a lot of history, as you can probably tell. Tony actually was the one that was watching a little bit of the film with me and noticed some of the what's the word, symbolism, some of the comparisons of him holding her captive, and the situation, surrounding East Berlin versus West Berlin. So I'm reading the book just because I thought it was such an interesting story. And I want to know more about, get more inside the heads of the characters and get their perspective on what was, get their perspective on, get a little bit more information on, specifically from Andy's perspective, about how that whole situation affected him. When the wall fell, he was a child, and his mother apparently defected to West Berlin and left him behind. So he's psychologically messed up to begin with. And so this is going to be a short review because I just wanted to get a little bit more perspective and get inside the characters' heads, their motivations, than what the movie does. And the movie, I just only started reading the book last night, and the movie actually does a pretty good job, I think, of switching perspectives between Clara and Andy. But again, I just wanted a little bit more historical reference to better understand the story and what kind of symbolism, connections, whatever you want to call it, that's probably being made between what he's doing to Clara and what's going on inside his head. So like I said, this is going to be a short review. Overall, I like the movie very much. It's going to be a short review because I plan to read the book, and I think I'm going to do another video that delves in a little bit deeper into the story, and also talk about how the movie compares to the actual film, which you can find on Prime Video right now. It was released in 2017. I came across it just on Facebook the other day. And I was under the impression that it was a new movie, but apparently it isn't. Not long. I'm not sure how long it's been on Prime, but again, the storyline intrigued me. And so it's a good movie. I would check it out if you get the opportunity. And if you want to know more about the story, get more inside the characters' heads, then I would definitely pick up the book. As far as the performances go, Max Riemelt, and I'm hoping, I think I'm butchering his last name, but I don't really know the correct pronunciation of it. Everyone was good in their role. I mean, the story centers around Clara and Andy's characters. And Clara is actually played by, again, by Teresa Palmer. And all through the movie, I was wondering where I'd seen her before. She's a very pretty girl, very attractive. But I'd seen her on a movie that I really liked before, and I had to look it up. And it turns out she was in the 2016 film Lights Out, which starred her. She played the daughter, and it also starred Maria Bello. So that's another good supernatural horror film, which is what I prefer. If you watch this channel, you probably know that because I kind of say it a lot in there. So the performances were great. I think everybody captured, the characters perfectly. I don't know Max. I've never seen him before, but impressed with his performance and everything that I've seen Teresa in, which so far it's only been 2 movies. She's excellent in. I'd actually like to see a lot more of her in other films. So if you get a chance, check it out.